So why are we doing this? Why do we go through so many trainings? Why do we go through countless hours of prep work? I mean, for those who are on the leadership team, we started working on this in January, and we started looking for curriculums back in November and December, and a lot of time and energy goes into this one amazing week of the year. But why do we do it? Well, we have to have goals, and we have to have reasons behind this and what we strive to do in order to make that possible. So, our goals of Buddy Bears are to help kids to come to know Christ. That's obviously an amazing reason to have Buddy Bears. If we even have one kid hear about God for the first time and enter into his kingdom because they've made that choice that God is worth it, then all these countless hours of prep were worth it for that one child. And so that is one thing that we hugely strive for, is to share God's love with more kids. We want to reach out to families in the community around BNC. So we want to reach out to those families who would never step into this church, who have never come to church before. That for that reason, we actually open registration to our BNC families so that they can invite unchurched families first. And really the reason we do that isn't to necessarily just allow BNC families to enroll, but it's so they can invite unchurched families. We know that so many families around our community love to come to Buddy Bears, and that is awesome, and I hate to turn any of them away, because we would love to have every child in Brentwood and Antioch and Oakley and Discovery Bay and Byron and all around come to this. Unfortunately, we only have so much space, but we really want to be able to reach out to the families around our community. So that's why we strive to really have families invite unchurched families to this. We also want to educate kids about missions and about reaching out to others. And so this year we're excited to talk about the fruit of the Spirit, not in a missions context that you would typically think of, but in the sense of when we have the fruit of the Holy Spirit living inside us, and we strive for that love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness. When we strive for those characteristics, the people of the world can see that in us, and that's our mission statement to the world, is who we are. When we are living by the way that God has called us to live, then others get to see Christ living in us. And that is the biggest testimony that any of us have, which is so amazing. We like to have unchurched families become churched families. For this reason, we invite families to come back on Buddy Bears Sunday. We don't do it just to show them what we've been doing all week, even though it is really fun. But we do it because we want them to actually enter the church on a church day so that they can see what church is like and maybe be like, okay, we can check this out and see what it's about. We've actually had quite a few families start coming to church, whether it be here or another church, because they've come to Buddy Bears, and that is such an amazing thing. We also want to do it to inspire volunteers to be the church throughout the whole year. So we want to inspire you and others who are serving like you to say, yes, this was an awesome opportunity serving, and it was so beautiful doing this for God. Buddy Bears is fun, making the crafts is fun, but it's so much bigger than that. You are being the hands and feet of God, and that is so beautiful. And so we encourage you guys throughout trainings and throughout other avenues to just be the hands and feet of the church all year long, no matter where you're serving, whether it's serving at your church. You may go to a different church. I think that's so awesome that our churches come together, and so many serve here who attend different churches. And we're so thankful for you. You may serve with homeless. You may serve on a missions team. You may serve with children on Sunday because you realize how awesome they are. And so we love that. I love my shirt, if you can read it. It says, do something you don't have to do. None of us have the time to do things. We all have so many things we are trying to cram in our days. But if we have the heart, that's what's important. If we have the heart to say yes to God, say yes to his kingdom, say yes to showing others love because of who he is and because of what somebody else has done for us, that's what's important. And so that is really those are our goals of Buddy Bears. So I'll say those again. It is to help kids come to know Christ, to reach out to families in the community around BNC, to educate kids about missions and reaching out, and to have unchurched families become church families, and to inspire people like you, volunteers, to be the church throughout the year. So thank you so much for your heart and time, and I look forward to serving with you.